Hey, this is Kim from Dorothy's Daughter. I have two great wrap dress options for you today. Stay tuned. Hey, this is Kim from Dorothy's Daughter. Happy Friday. I'm so glad you decided to join us today. I have two fantastic pattern reviews for you today from Love Notions, and I'll get right to that. But first I just want to share we did it. We got to 14,000 this past week, and I am just so thrilled and grateful. So thank you to all of you who have subscribed to this channel. I truly mean it when I say that you all are so important to me. So feel free to email me, put questions in the comments, join our Facebook group, any way that you can to get your questions to me, and I will do my absolute best to either answer it outright or do a video on it soon. And if I don't know the answer, I'll find someone who does. So Easter and Mother's Day are both coming up soon, and I love to dress up on those holidays, especially for Easter. And I love dressing up. Years ago when my daughter was little, I loved to do mommy and me things, and it's never so appropriate as Mother's Day. I have two wrap dresses for you today from Love Notions. One is for ladies and one is for little girls. So it is the Willow wrap dress for ladies, and it is the Everyday Play dress for little girls. Very, very similar patterns. You could definitely have a mommy and me look with these two wrap dress patterns. So as you know, I have a set way I like to do my pattern reviews, and I'll go through each category and just tell you what I think about it, give you some details, and maybe we'll even get into a few creative things you can do with that pattern. So as far as details on these patterns, first of all, the Willow wrap dress is either a dress or a peplum. It has two neckline depths rather. It has a modesty panel if you need it. It comes in extra small to 5X. It has several different sleeve options, short, long, flutter, all kinds of different sleeve options. And you can also add a little flounce to it. So it's a lot of options just with that one pattern. Now for little girls, it's a wrap dress. It is in sizes 12 months all the way up to 16, which is fantastic. There are just not that many patterns out that fit size 16. So you can have just a plain front without a wrap, or you can do the wrap front, which makes it a little echo of the adult Willow dress. Now both of these patterns are for knit fabric, 50% stretch. So just make sure that you have a knit that will stretch enough to create the wrap look and be kind of a little bit drapey so that everything falls really nicely. As far as wearability, wrap dresses are a wardrobe staple. They can be equally dressed up as in a church or a work setting, or can be just a casual setting. They're super comfortable, and they're just a great option for every day. I love that it includes two neckline depths. So you do have that option to make it a little higher and not have modesty issues. But there is a modesty panel included if you do. As far as the everyday dress, it is very, very comfortable for kids to wear. It can be dressed up for church or Easter and right down to playing outside. And you know what? A lot of our little girls are girly girls, and they love to wear dresses. And I'm telling you what, sometimes that changes when they get a little bit older. So if you have a tiny one and she loves to wear dresses, please enjoy it. Because once they become teenagers, they're kind of more of the t-shirt and jeans realm sometimes. So make sure you enjoy those times and celebrate little girls who love to twirl around in little dresses. As far as ease of construction with this, it is a very, very easy pattern. A couple of things. First of all, it's a great way to practice knits if you're just learning how to sew with knits. There's a couple techniques like adding the wrap here. I always add a little bit of clear elastic to the waistline. It just makes it wear a little better. And what you can do is just sew it onto the seam allowance. You do not have to stretch it. All it does is strengthen that seam. So it will last you a lot longer if you do that. As far as sizing goes, I mean, it'll fit anybody from a 12-month to a 5X. So you can't get much more inclusive than that. And I love that they actually include that size 16 for bigger girls. It can sometimes just be a real problem trying to find a pattern that is age appropriate but still large enough for a little girl. Now, one thing I want to point out to you about fit. The most important, I think, measurement besides your bust and your waist for this pattern for ladies, I think, is your side waist, which would be from here to here, however long, wherever you want it to cut you. And then you just want to measure that against the pattern and make sure it's going to hit you where you like it to hit. Nothing's worse than making a wrap dress and have it just be right here. It's not flattering. So you want if you need to lower the waist, lower the waist. I've lowered mine about 1.5 inches. This is where I like to wear them because that's also the secret to helping this be a modest wrap, because it pulls apart. If it doesn't have the length, it pulls apart this way. So you definitely want to make sure that your side waist, it's not a measurement that's included in the pattern instructions, but you can measure the pattern yourself as to how long this is and make sure that it's going to hit you right where you want it to. As far as fabric choices go, it should just be a medium weight knit. A little bit of drape is really nice, 50% stretch. And really, those knits are so easy to find. Girl Charlee, and I have a link in the description below if you've never shopped there before. Girl Charlee is a fantastic place to find knits. These two knits were from Girl Charlee, and they kind of color coordinated, and I put them together in a little bit different way. So now I just want to share a couple of little creative things you could do with this pattern. So mommy and me would be number one. You could definitely make yourself and your little girl or little girls outfits that complemented each other. And little girls up to a certain age really, really love that. So why not do a mommy and me for yourself and your little girl for Easter and Mother's Day, or just one or the other? It would be such a great option. Another thing you can do is similar to what I've done here. You can color block. So you could take a stripe or any kind of print here or there. I've done that in this little everyday play dress that I made my granddaughter. You can just find fabrics that coordinate. Just kind of make sure they feel the same in weight. They don't have to be exactly the same or even meant to coordinate, but they do need to be a little bit of the same weight to do that. So you want to just take care that you check that. You can do a solid classic look with it. I think this would make a great little black dress. It would be just at home at cocktail party as it would be at church. Another thing that will make your wrap dress pop is just wearing a statement necklace of some kind. I kind of just threw this one on today, but there's so many beautiful and inexpensive statement necklaces out there. And I actually will go to a consignment shop and buy jewelry once you can kind of clean it up, and it works out really well at about 1/3 of the price as buying it at a department store. And honestly, some of it still has the tags on it. I don't know if you have a clothes mentor in your town, but that's where I tend to go. Another creative idea you could do with this pattern is to make the everyday play dress for a little girl, and then just make the plain front instead of the wrap, and you could put any kind of embellishment right there with your cricket or silhouette, any kind of painting or anything that you'd want to do. I love the idea of a bunny maybe there for Easter. Last night I was at Cracker Barrel and I saw a little girl's dress there. It was adorable, and it had bunnies on it in glitter vinyl. It was just adorable. It had little eyelashes. with the eyes closed and a little clump of flowers up by its ear. It was just adorable. So there are so many wonderful cut files out there. I'm sure you could find something that would be of your interest or match the holiday or whatever it is you want to do. And another creative idea I have for you is just not to forget that there's a flounce option in the pattern. So for the adults. Now you could probably hack that with the little girls. If you're kind of an advanced beginner, it probably wouldn't be that hard to hack it. You could look at the ladies pattern and then kind of scale it down for the little girls. But I love that flounces option, and I've yet to make one that way, but I'm going to for sure. If you choose a flounce, it's best to choose something that actually is double-sided. That way you don't have it, you know, going sideways and seeing the white on the back or whatever. I love doing that with double brushed poly and just using the cut edges, because then it just lays and flounces beautifully with no interruption at all. So in summary, this is 2 patterns that are beautiful. They're for 50% stretch knits. They're easy and quick to sew. And honestly, if my daughter were little, I would definitely do a mommy and me. It's harder to do a Grammy and me. So if I had my little girl still small and at home, I would be making a mommy and me for this Mother's Day. I hope you have a great weekend. I also want to point out that both the Everyday Play Dress and the Willow Wrap Dress are on sale for $5 today only. This is Friday, March 5th, 2021, and it's on sale just today for $5. Each one is $5. So why don't you grab them and get started on that spring wardrobe. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon. Happy sewing.
Please subscribe. Please subscribe.
Oh,